All right, guys, we got a little bit of Bitcoin crypto related news today. I've got my new Bitcoin hoodie. It arrived yesterday, just as Bitcoin decided to dump down to $67,000. And I opened up the package and I'm just like, do I really want to put this on? Bitcoin is $67,000 from 73. And I said, yeah, I do. And I've been wearing it ever since because these dumps, guys, in a bull market are normal. They're par for the course. Meme coins have been heated up over the last couple days, or actually the last couple weeks. We're going to talk about that a little bit. Everybody and your mother, a lot of YouTubers who I've been watching on and off for the last 8 years are all talking about meme coins. They're obsessed with them. You can just Google meme coins here. Look at this. All these guys who are never right. Look at it. It's meme coin this, new meme coin that. You got to buy meme coins. Your portfolio sucks without meme coins. That always represents a top. Now, in this case, it represents probably a short-term top because we haven't even had the halvening yet. So we should have the halvening in April. Well, we will have the halvening. And we're probably going to go back up from there. And that's when we'll probably get to that $100,000 Bitcoin into the summer. Meme coins will start pumping again, most likely. But at some point, yes, meme coins are going to reach a top. And they're going to be the leading indicator that we're going back into a bear market. But we're not there yet. We still have until at least the summer. I was actually hoping for a pullback. I actually thought we were going to get this pullback a couple days ago when I did my live stream. And then it turned out we went down to like 69.8, and then we went right back up to 73,000. But I was also thinking in the back of my mind, well, it's not good because Bitcoin keeps having these pullbacks. Eventually, we're going to get a big one. As we did 2 weeks ago, where Bitcoin dropped $9,000. And dropped $9,000 in a day. The only difference this time is we're not coming up as strong. I feel like there's a lot more fear in the market. And like I said, the next catalyst is the halvening. So we might just kind of be might be kind of like in this range, just kind of scared money, for the next couple months, which would not surprise me. So we're going to talk about that a little bit. I saw the stock market is absolutely not doing well. If you follow my channel over the last 6 months, we've been talking about there's no way the Fed is going to be cutting interest rates, because they can hardly even control the inflation. Like, they get the inflation to a point where it kind of levels off, where it's not going up anymore. Everybody's still broke. Nobody has any money. Everything's triple the price, right? But then they say, well, we got it to the point now where it's not going to go up anymore. That's not helping anybody. So if that's the best they can do off raising these interest rates, how in God's name are they going to cut them? Then the floodgates just open. And then inflation skyrockets again. It could actually kill the whole economy. It could kill the dollar, which is inevitable anyway. But you see the stock market's down today, which is probably pulling down crypto as well. But yeah, everybody and their mother's been just talking about it over the last couple months. Oh, they're going to cut interest rates. And they're not cutting. They can't cut. If they cut, it's over. They can't control this shit. S&P 500 falls on inflation concern, pauses NVIDIA rally. So every stock that's been going crazy. This is probably what's going to lead us into the big recession, the big stock market dump. If I think the Fed is going to feel like they're forced to cut interest rates sometime in the next 6 months to a year, because they're going to feel like they have to eventually. And once they do it, like I said, the dam gates open and inflation just comes back where, all right, you're already paying double your price for a hamburger. Now it goes triple, even more, and people have no money. And then we go into complete recession. I love these YouTube, TikTok videos. I like this guy right here, Jack Morgan. And he covers all this stuff, just how everybody's broke. And everybody is broke. I would be broke too if I didn't, if I hadn't sold that rental property and my wife has a really good job. In fact, if it wasn't for my wife having a good job, I probably wouldn't have any money. Even though I made some money in crypto and I have my rental property, like with the way everything's gone up in price, I don't know how you afford anything. Just going out and getting some pizza for my kids and families, $30-$40. Like, that's unacceptable. I used to be able to do that for like $9. They had a pizza deal in my neighborhood. It was like a large cheese with a side salad for like $11.99 or something like that. They completely got rid of that. So nobody has any money. Everybody's broke. It doesn't matter what Biden says when he comes out with these, oh, like inflation's been tapered off. Yeah, but everything's still expensive and you're barely controlling it. So here's some videos of just people talking about how broke they are.
Like I've been saying in a bunch of my videos, guys, people are just flat out broke. This is just yet another thing that proves it. But really, maybe it's not that people are broke. Maybe it's just that the cost of everything has risen so fast and so exponentially that people can no longer make it on a normal or average salary. That's what I believe is actually going on, and that is causing people to be broke. Yet you keep seeing story after story about how the Fed has beat inflation. You know, they're not raising rates anymore. They're not lowering them either, by the way. But all is well in the world. The economy is moving along strong, and there's nothing to worry about here, guys. That's the same narrative we keep being told week after week. But yet we keep seeing stories about how people just can't afford normal things that people used to buy and afford pre-pandemic, you know? Food, gas, car insurance, childcare, all these things. Commuting to the office now is the same cost as eating. Like, this is just getting out of control. It really is. And that's what makes me have full faith that this is not going to last very much longer, because how can it, right? How can people keep putting up with this? Literally, they don't have the budget to. So I'm just sitting here on the sidelines waiting for it to all collapse.
And I kind of am too, and I've been waiting for like the last year and a half. I've kind of like seen this coming. Like, yeah, I'm in crypto. I plan to be completely out by the end of the summer. I took my profits on my MicroStrategy stock, so even if everything completely crashes to zero, at least I made like some money this market, even if like everything completely goes to zero. So I feel kind of good about that, even though I do expect MicroStrategy stock to be a lot higher if Bitcoin continues. But we're in a situation now where it cannot continue. Like I said, even me, I don't have a lot of bills, house paid off, no car payments or anything like that. But it's just like, you still feel like you have no money because everything's so expensive. Every time you have to go out and spend money, it's a disaster. It's an absolute disaster. So everybody's broke. That's true, unless you're completely rich. And eventually this is all going to blow up. The question is, we hope being in crypto, it doesn't blow up until next year. And the one saving grace I've been saying that we have is that we have the election. I can't see Biden letting it completely explode this year because he's not going to get reelected if he does. So they're going to keep pumping money into it. The Fed knows they can't do anything with the interest rates right now. They'll destroy the economy. So hopefully we're kind of in that just status quo, trying to keep the ship from sinking for the next 6 to 12 months so all of us in crypto can get out in one piece and make some money. But things are not looking good in the economy. All right, talking about meme coins a little bit. Like I said, we knew we were at top. The meme coins always pump last. All the YouTubers shilling it. People, you know, there's this one YouTuber. I'm not going to mention his name, but he's always wrong. He didn't sell anything last bull market. He actually got a lot of his coins hacked as well. The guy has he's very interesting. He seems like a nice guy, but he has no gauge on market. He's been doing YouTube since 2017. He's got about 50,000 subscribers, and he's always wrong. And just last week, he starts shilling meme coins. He's doing live streams where he's taking half of his portfolio, he's selling his Cardano and buying like Cardano meme coins with it. Like, it's like, this is how you know we're at a top. So we're going to listen also to a little bit of Alessio Asino, whatever his name is, Asinio. I can't pronounce his name. He's talking about, you know, he thinks we're probably going to be overall bullish for at least this year, for the next half of this year, but we could go as low as $50,000.
Seems to be quite different, but there it is. If it doesn't happen this month, it may, for example, lag over into April. But here's the bottom line, guys. As I mentioned, we look at support levels, as Human said, for risks. Where is the risk located? So the reason why we look at 50K and 60K, we'll look at 50K, for example. Let's start with that one. As you know, on the weekly chart, we have a 21 weekly moving average. It's a very important support level. So the 21 weekly moving average is an important threshold between bull and bear market. So as long as Bitcoin can protect and stay above that 50K level near the weekly 21 EMA, I think Bitcoin is much more likely to continue the bull market. But I think it's also important for Bitcoin to protect the 60K level near that pullback level. That 60K or 59K support level is going to be very important for Bitcoin to protect.
I agree with that. I would say as long as Bitcoin stays above 60, we're like golden. If we drop below 50, then we're like, you know, we might have a little bit of a problem. And I don't see us dropping that low. It even looks like we're coming back up a little bit. And we also have the halving next month. But big, giant 30, 40, 50% corrections are not unheard of. So, this is just one of them. If you have money on the side, buy the dip, because odds are we're going into a major, major bull market come summer. And even if Bitcoin does go back to the $60,000, it essentially is taking us back to where we were 2 weeks ago. So this dip is really not a big deal, other than like you're seeing the sentiment start to change, which when the sentiment changes, it just kind of means we don't pump back up as quick, and we might just hover here until the next catalyst, which is the halving. Bitcoin trader sees price slumping to 60K as crypto bulls see 650 million in liquidations. Very possible. We were just at 60K last week. When I tried to get on Coinbase, I made that Coinbase live stream. I couldn't get on. We were at like 61K. So it's like going back a week in price isn't the biggest deal. But like I said, what it does is it hurts the sentiment. And if you see Solana still pumping, so I can't predict Solana anymore. I'm out of the Solana predicting business because it just fucking does whatever it wants to do. Cardano to launch USDM stablecoin in the United States on March 16th. So we got a Cardano catalyst tomorrow, which, also Cardano pumped to 80 cents a couple days ago. So we did hit a new local high for Cardano. Now we're back down to 73 cents for Cardano. So, just pulling back with the market. The launch of the USDM comes at a time of heightened interest in the Cardano ecosystem, fueled by recent milestones such as the Cardano treasury surpassing 1 billion and the network's 10 millionth block being recorded. According to the announcement, the USDM stablecoin will initially be available in 19 US states, offering users a seamless fiat on-ramp to the Cardano ecosystem. USDM is a fungible native asset on the Cardano blockchain, issued under the official policy ID or policy ideas of Mehen Finance LLC. So anyway, we got a new stablecoin coming out for Cardano. Cardano's rocking and rolling. Regardless of this pullback, right now Cardano is just pulling back with the rest of the market. Let's see if there's anything else I missed. No, we talked about Bitcoin, JP Morgan. What was this, JP Morgan? Oh yeah, I saw that Bitcoin overtakes gold investor portfolio allocation. So a lot of people are buying Bitcoin instead of gold and putting it in their portfolio. So guys, everything really is looking good. This pullback really was inevitable. I mean, I always say that, but it kind of was. Things were totally overheated. I wasn't feeling good about it. I even sent a text message to my cousins 2 days ago saying we're probably going to have a big pullback pretty soon. This is unsustainable. But overall in the summer, we're still on track to cash out. So that's kind of where I am. That's where I'm sticking with it. I agree that as long as we hang above $50,000, we're still essentially in a bull market. This little dump right now basically only took us back to where we were last week. And, if you got money on the side, buy the dip. Will we go lower? Yeah, we could. We could have weakness and slowly over the next couple of weeks just dump back down to $60,000. But as we get close to that halving, once we get past the halving, we're probably going to see Bitcoin double in price over the next few weeks. So last thing I want to talk about, going back to the inflation, is the job market isn't too good either. I've been following this for the last 6 months, which could lead into the overall crash that I talk about, which again, hopefully doesn't happen until after we all cash out of crypto. But here's an article I found right here. Job market sees warning signs. While February's headline job numbers boosted a strong increase, a closer look at the data reveals signs of a potential slowdown in the U.S. labor market, which could prompt the Federal Reserve to reconsider its stance on interest rates. And that's what I go back to. I don't think they're going to be lowering interest rates with a job market the way it is. Real estate, nobody can afford real estate, which is another thing. Yeah, if you're like over 30, you might have a house that you bought like 10 years ago or 5 years ago. I bought my house. I've been buying houses for like the last 20 years. But if you're just out of college right now or just out of trade school or you got a job or whatever, you want to buy a house, you cannot afford a house. 7% interest rates, and the average house is $400,000, $500,000, $600,000. So people are forced to pay absorbent amounts of rent, and they're miserable. It's basically what the current market, I call it Bidenomics. What it's doing is it's just making everybody is miserable. Everybody's depressed. Nobody has any money. And if you look at the jobs that are out right now, I always follow this. I've been a PI for 20 years, and I always take side PI jobs. I have during the winter I get slow. I'll try to take like a side PI job. They actually pay less now than they did a couple years ago. Even though inflation's up, they offer no benefits. These PI jobs used to offer gas cards and things like that. Now they basically just pay you back a stipend because they have to. It costs them less money to pay you a certain flat rate per month versus give you a gas card. And I'm noticing that just with my job sector that I've been in is that the jobs suck. The jobs really do suck right now. So no matter what the current administration, the Biden administration says about how great the job market is, how great the real estate market is, how great inflation, how they've curbed inflation, I'm telling you guys, you can find the YouTube videos. Nobody has any money. Everybody's broke. We're at a tipping point. This thing is going to collapse at some point. And of course, drawing that back into crypto, like I said, we just have to pray and hope it doesn't completely crash until after we cash out of crypto, which, God, I hope that's by end of summer, because I think by this time next year, we're going to be in a full-blown worst recession we've ever seen. Housing crash, everything crash, everybody's broke, to the point where the government just probably has to go out and give people food. I think that's how bad it's going to be, because in my lifetime, I've never seen a top like this where everybody's basically, like I said, not only is everybody broke, everybody's miserable because they're working 40 hours a week and that barely gives them enough money to afford rent, food, and they have no money for vacations. I saw a story that people, like 90% of the population can't afford to go to Disney World anymore, which Disney World's a shithole anyway, but people can't even afford vacations anymore. So anyway, I'm trying to bring this all back to crypto, as in we have a limited amount of time to make money in crypto. And once we get this next pop-up, Bitcoin goes to $100,000, Cardano $3 to $5, everything we've been talking about on this channel, you want to get out because look how fast things can dump. Bitcoin's almost about to go back under $68,000 again. No matter how bullish things are in Bitcoin, when we get up to $100,000, $150,000, we can be at $150,000 one day, Cardano $8, and 2 days later, Cardano can be $1, right? And Bitcoin can drop $50,000 in 2 days. So that's why you have to know when to take your profits. All right, guys, that's pretty much it. Like I said, I wouldn't worry about this dump. We're going to do fine. We got the halving coming up. This dump was inevitable. Every month or two, we get a big giant dump. Actually, at this point, every couple weeks, we get a big giant dump. And it's only going to get worse after the halving as we get even more volatile. So don't let this stuff scare you away. Keep some money on the side to buy these dips. Like and subscribe. Talk to you later.